Now I request Chief Guest of the occasion, Dr. Meenesh Shah, Chairman, National Dairy Development Board, to kindly address the gathering.
नमस्कार सबको। आज एक बहुत अच्छा दिन है, चैत्र महीना का नवरात्रि का फर्स्ट डे, और ऐसे दिन में हम कृष्णा की जन्मभूमि मथुरा में आए हैं और एक अच्छा संगम है आज, एक स्पिरिचुअल हमारा और एकेडमिक्स का। सो सबको मेरा वेलकम। डॉक्टर K Srivastava जी, Vice Chancellor of Duvasu and President of NADSI, Dr. Tarun Sridhar ji, former Secretary of Government of India, Dr. S Sodhi ji, President Indian Dairy Association, Dr. S Chauhan ji, Dr. Triveni Dutt ji, Dr. B Prajapati ji, Dr. K Malik ji, Dr. Tyagi ji, Dr. Vikas Pathak ji, Dr. Kelawala and Shri Kuldeep Sharma ji, and all other. It's really truly an honor and privilege to be here with all of you, and I am also thankful to the NADSI, President NADSI, and all the members of the NADSI for offering the fellow to me. I also take this opportunity to congratulate all the awardees of fellow and associate fellow on this momentous day. I am also delighted to note that, as Dr. Sodhi also told, the symposium is dedicated to the remarkable individuals who are actually the backbone of our dairy industry, the dairy farmers, and we have seen their untiring efforts along with the support being provided by the professional like us, and also the successive governments have transformed our country from a milk deficit nation to a Atmanirbhar nation today for the milk and milk products, and we are also the largest milk producer of world, as we are producing almost 230 milk. So yeah. So it is much more than, at least if you take combined value of all cereals, pulses and sugar cane. So who is responsible for this transformation? And I think this accolade would not have been possible without the toil and active participation of our dairy farmers. And I think especially tell the quote of Dr. Kurian. I know he realized this, in the earlier days of the Operation Flood, or we started transforming our country from a deficit nation, that true development is not the development of land, it is not the development of cows, but actually it is the development of man and woman. So this clearly signifies the importance of dairy farming in our country. And we have seen these large-scale dairy development programs, beginning Operation Flood, then the National Dairy Plan of Government of India. Actually, for all these dairy programs, this central entity or the focus was always on the farmers. And it's very well going with the initiative or the objective of NDDB also, which is farmer first. So whatever policies we decide, whatever steps we take, or the interventions we think that which are important, they are always focused on the farmers. So my congratulations to the NADSI, I think, for selecting a very good topic on the, bringing the smiles on the farmer's face. So if we have to bring the smile on the farmer's face, what we need to do? I think we must recognize that bringing a smile goes beyond the tokenization. Many a times we just work on the tokens, but it will not work. It will require concrete actions and the meaningful interventions. So I have just laid down some 7 such focus areas which I thought that will be very, very critical for bringing the smiles on the face of farmers. First is, as we all know, increasing the productivity of animals through the breeding, through nutrition, and through better health practices. The next one is the digitalization in the entire value chain from cow to consumer. Then the innovation, we as professionals, we are constantly working in whatever field which we have chosen on the, on innovation of how to improve the efficiency, how to provide more benefits to farmer. As everybody, I think all my speakers, all the speakers before highlighted, increasing the dairy export, because that is one more area where we all have to need to work together. Sustainable dairy, again, Dr. Sodhi touched upon it. Promoting additional income opportunities, we have been hearing from last 10 years with the new government that how can we increase the income of farmers. So I think we all have to work together to see that we are able to provide better income opportunities to the farmers. And then increasing the coverage of dairy cooperatives. We have seen that even after 6 decades or 7 decades of structured dairy programs in our country, we have still not covered all the villages or all the dairy farmers under the cooperative network. So I think let us try to provide a better market access to the villages, to the farmers, which are still not under the fold of the cooperative network. I'll go one by one. First is the productivity. I think most of the veterinary doctors here, they know we have been working on increasing the AI coverage, and still there are some areas in our country where the artificial insemination coverage is still less than 50%. And realizing this, I think Government of India has come out with a nationwide program on Nationwide Artificial Insemination Program, NAIP. And we are trying to cover the districts or the areas where the present coverage of AI is less than 50%. So this is going to a basic tool for improving the genetics of the animal. We are further working now on the systematic performance recording of the animals by progeny testing and pedigree selection programs. So we are getting high genetic merit pools. We are taking these pools to the semen station so that we get better quality semen of the high genetic merit pools. We are also working on the improving the genetic of the female cows. For example, the programs like embryo transfer and IVF for faster genomic progress. We are working on the genomic chips now, and we have already developed chips for the most of the cattle, most of the indigenous cattle we have. We have also developed a genomic chip for the buffalo, and this will allow us to actually identify the animals, whether it is a male calf or female calf, in the very early stage of life about the future potential of these cattle. We are also working on now our own indigenous sex-sorted semen technology. So apart from the AB and ST2 technologies we have, NADSI has developed now its own sex semen technology, and we hope that in the current year we will be able to launch our own sex-sorted semen, which will bring down the cost of sex-sorted semen, which is about 800 to 1,000 rupees now per dose, to about 200 to 300 rupees per dose. So these are various schemes. We are also promoting the entrepreneurs into the animal husbandry and dairying. You must have seen the new scheme, which is breed multiplication farm under the Rashtriya Gokul Mission, where we are allowing the entrepreneurs to multiply, the cattle and buffaloes for, giving it to their fellow farmers. These are some areas where the animal breeding activities are going on. We also need, having improved the genetic progress of the animal, I think we'll also have to see that we are able to provide them good nutrition. And there, I think the role of, now we'll have to look for different feed for the different types of animals. And some work is already going on in most of the universities, most of the research centers we have. But then future, I think we'll have to provide a different cattle feed for the different type of animals. Silage and TMR are other areas where we'll have to look for providing better nutrition for the animals. Under the animal health, we are already aware, government has come out with a nationwide vaccination program for FMD and brucellosis. and to have a better control on the AMR or mitigating AMR, we have now started working on the use of veterinary medicine, so that we are able to reduce the usage of antibiotics and thereby maybe the AMR issue we have. The second area I think we'll have to see is now having a very, very premier position among the world. India is enjoying in the digitalization. We will have to work for the entire value chain, digitalization to be adopted. And enough was one portal which was developed at NADSI level earlier for taking care of the progeny testing programs to begin with. Now we have seen the advantages it provides. So we have started tagging all the animals in the country with a unique ID code. And as we know, of about 30 crores cattle and buffaloes we have, you can see today we have already covered 28.7 crore animals under the portal. So that portal is now being converted into a national digital livestock mission, or Bharat Pashudan, you might have seen. And we are trying to develop this program, revamp this program, so that we are able to provide foundation for all the state level and the national level livestock programs. We are also now trying to add the end-to-end traceability for the animal level livestock programs. And this farmer-centric digital ecosystem, I think we will be able to provide many benefits also, the benefits which you are trying to give to farmers for some subsidy or some programs. I think this portal we will be able to use, for example, for successful AI or for successful pregnancy. If we have to provide some incentive to farmer or the AI workers, I think this portal will also be able to help these kind of services. So you can see now more than 28.7 crore animal are already on the portal. We have registered more than 8.7 crore farmers in the portal who are the owners of this animal. About 11 crore AIs have happened under the National AI program. We have the calving data also. The dashboard provides all the data with regard to the health related services which are being provided to the farmers. Third thing is, I think the earlier speakers also spoke, is about the innovation. I think as the technocrats, as the professionals working in this field, we will have to work continuously on making our system efficient. Whatever areas we are working, how can we make more efficient? I think Dr. Sodhi spoke about bringing down the production cost for the milk, for example. And similar way, even in the dairy processing operations, how can we bring more efficiencies so that the cost of production comes down? How can we provide more product range to the consumers? Innovative products like we have seen A2 milk now in the markets, or some of the probiotic products have come. Now organic is a new buzzword where people want to give better products, organic products to the consumer. And both these cooperative institutions and the organized private players, I think they will have to work continuously to improve the share of value-added products, because as of now, out of the total milk which is being handled by the organized sector, hardly 30 or 25% of the milk is converted into value-added products. The remaining is going as the liquid milk. How can we provide better share to the value-added products, and thereby we can pass on better returns to the farmers? And this will also be able to provide better remunerative price on a sustainable basis to the farmers. Next is, I think it was touched upon by the earlier speakers about increasing the dairy exports, but I would just like to highlight few areas which are actually hindering the growth in the export. So speakers did told about the our share being very minimum in the export market, but what are these, what are these factors which are not allowing us to go for the export in the markets. So major factors are, first is the uncompetitive prices, as Dr. Sodhi highlighted. It is also the prevalence of diseases like FMD, which is not allowing us to export in few countries. Lack of traceability at various levels, and also some of the sanitary and phytosanitary measures we have between the countries. There are some technical barriers for the trade in some of the foreign markets. Also the low visibility of our domestic products, and maybe ineffective marketing services. So I think we all have now realized some of the data given by Dr. Sodhi also, that going forward, I think by 2030, we will have to look for the opportunity outside India for to able to provide same kind of return which we are providing to farmers now. And if we have to do that, we have started working on all these individual factors, country-wise, product-wise. So we have now identified which are the markets where we can, we have a potential to market our products. We have identified in those countries what are the challenges we are facing now, and we are working with the government of India, all the relevant ministries like our own Dairy and Animal Husbandry Ministry, also the Ministry of Commerce, to mitigate some of these challenges which we have today, so that by 2030, when our demand is not enough and we are producing more, that surplus milk and milk products we can export to the foreign markets. And one of the new initiatives which Government of India has already taken in this regard is setting up of National Cooperative Export Limited, where the chief promoter is again GCMMF Amul, and they will try to export not only milk and milk products but all other agriculture products produced by the cooperative societies. Sustainable dairying, which was again I think touched upon by Dr. Sodhi. We have seen over the years that how we go in the international workshops and seminars and how we are blamed. So when we say that we are the largest milk producer of the world, the immediate answer is, so what? You also have the largest number of animals. So having, I think, 30 crores of cattle and buffaloes is and we all know that the methane emission of the cattle, the climate changes which are happening, how it is damaging, the environment. And with this, I think we have started looking not only the methane emission by the cattle, but entire value chain of dairy, how we can make this value chain sustainable. Although being a smallholder dairy farming system, maybe our model is much more sustainable as compared to the large dairy farms what you see in the developed countries. But we need to start in the entire value chain. So apart from the biogas and manure value chain which we are working now to mitigate the methane emission from the dung, we have also started working on the ration balancing program. So, it's a fact now that if you are able to provide balanced ration to the animal, we can bring down the methane emission by 15%. So this we are taking on a large scale now. Initially we started with the local resource persons who were going to the villagers. So we have analyzed all the possible feeding ingredient. We have put them into a software. Basis the cost or present cost of this feeding material, the software will calculate the required amount of each ingredient which farmer is normally feeding to the animal with the nutritional profile, and they will rebalance the kind of ingredient which are need to be provided to the farmers. So this program has helped us to bring down the methane emission and also the cost of production, because we have seen in states like Punjab or Gujarat, there is a tendency of overfeeding the animals. So by ration balancing program, we were able to reduce the cost of production, which brought down the or increase the income of the farmer, and also we could reduce the methane emission. On the other areas which we are working, as I told, we started providing a small flexible 2 cubic meter biogas plant to the farmers at their own backyard. It's, if you have 2 to 3 cattle, it is enough, for the dung to be taken into the biogas plant. You will have about 2 cubic meter gas produced every day, which will take care of the cooking need for 5 to 6% family, both cooking and even if hot water requirement in the winter. So that is indirectly saving about 1,000 rupees if they are using one LPG cylinder per month. If they are using the alternate fuel, then again you are, helping the environment because the wood and other material are not being used. Lot of drudgery of women is reduced now in the village level because of this, and the slurry which is available after the methane is used productively is converted into organic manures. And we have also started forming the cooperatives now. So like you have the cooperative, milk cooperative in the village level societies, we have the these societies to carry, to collect the slurry, bio-slurry, and the slurry is converted into organic manures. And this entire operation from collection of slurry to the production of organic manures and also marketing is undertaken by the cooperatives, and these are all women cooperatives because all the biogas plants, it is being provided to the women beneficiaries. Then we realized that if we have to provide a small biogas plant to all the farmer families, almost 10 crore farmer families are now into animal husbandry sector.